Okay, I clicked. Yeah, now it's recording. So, hi everyone, I'm Sarah Phipps, and I am a team leader on Team Ambition. And this is Amanda Ellithorpe, who is also a team leader with Team Ambition. So, if you're watching this, we're glad you're here. We are just going to do just a quick, really basic training on using Canva for your business, how you can use it. I'm going to let Amanda start with why you would want to use Canva to make graphics.
So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to our little training today. We are both Canva users, and we realize that you all might like to learn a little bit more about what this tool is, but also why we are using this tool. We recognize that all of you are graphic designers or have a marketing background or really might not even have an interest in that, but it is important to know about this tool because it's something that you probably need to have in your toolbox at some point, depending on your interest in what you're doing with your business. But the main reason is that you really want to create a distinct look for you and your business. We have great graphics available to us from our home office. Many leaders will be sharing graphics with you, and you are welcome to use them. But sometimes it's nice to have things that just feel more like you. They might even have your website on them or your VIP group or your name, something that just can tie everything back to you. And with that, you might see something that you really like and that you're inspired by, but it has someone else's name on it, whether it's an Usborne consultant or somebody that sells skincare. And you might want it to look more specific to who you are and to being in the book business. So we don't ever want you to feel limited in the type of content that you share because of what you either can find on your own or you're inspired by. You can make things your own. And it is nice to have your own graphics. That doesn't mean that you need to be spending oodles of time doing this. That's why this tool that we're going to show you today is really, really awesome. While Sarah and I both had a little bit of design experience, you do not need any at all. It is a very intuitive tool. It's a free tool, and it's something that anyone can do. If you've used simple editing apps on your phone, you will be able to use Canva. It's sort of like the gold standard. Most people in direct sales are using this, even beyond our industry, are using this tool. So Sarah's going to jump into sort of the basics of the different functionalities of the tool, and then we'll get excuse me, into some specifics and showing you how to make some of these graphics.
Yep. Okay. Thank you for that lovely introduction. So let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by sharing my screen. Maybe. There we go. And let's see, we got to take it off of Zoom. We got to go to something else. Okay. So here we are in Canva. And this just, you can sign up for Canva. It's a free account. There are more things you can do if you upgrade, but I do everything that I do with a free account. So
Me too.
And it's really easy if you just sign in using your Facebook ID. So, which is what I do. That's how I created my account. So, for today's specific training, I was going to just give you a quick idea. I was going to make some Easter basket bundles for you guys. But before we do that, I'm sorry. I have an outline that I'm supposed to go through, and I forgot. So before I do that, I'm going to go to our back office. So this is your back office, your Usborne back office, and you're going to go to resources, and you're going to go to the branding guide, and you are going to download this. And I haven't done it on my computer yet. And so in this branding guide, it gives you just the guidelines that home office wants us to follow and the reasons why. Even gives you, how to and how not to use our logo and when to use certain logos. Gives you some information on files. Okay. This is what I find the most helpful are these coloring guides. And I'll show you how to use those in Canva in a little bit. So anyway, you want to download that so that you know that what you're creating falls in line with Usborne branding. So
I'll just add with the colors. You might be shocked and be like, what are all these numbers? Just so you know, those are just codes. Those are codes to tell programs to make those exact colors. So you can actually create graphics that look exactly like home office graphics because they're our exact colors. A tip for all of you, I use the Mac, but I use PC too. Find your Notepad or your Stickies app and put those in there. You can just copy and paste these right out of there. Mine are literally sitting on a sticky note on my desktop.
Yeah. I'm not as green and gold. I actually have them written in my planner by hand. So I just grab my planner, flip the page. It's easier for me than finding it. But
you can save them in Canva.
Absolutely. Well. And for Canva, this right here, this hex code, that's the one that you're going to want. So that's the specific one. So, all right. So the other tool that I use in addition to Canva for making graphics is a website called Pixabay.
I use it too. Right? Oh, it's a great one. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. And so these are free images, and they're totally free images. You can use them however you need to. Sometimes when you search the internet for free images, it gives you websites that are not really free. This one, they are free.
And they're good quality.
Yes, and they are high quality, and you can download them in different resolutions as well. So I am just going to do a quick search for grass. So like if I wanted something that had grass, this is where I would go. And you can see there's like any number of things. You can be more specific with that as well. There's one in particular that I'm looking for that I know that this is how I found it, but well, they probably added some since then, so it's a little farther down on the list. Okay. Anyway, you can see any picture that you want, anything that you decide you want to use. You can, we'll just take this one. You can click on it and you can do a free download. And you choose a resolution. You're not a robot. This is faster on an iPad than it is on the computer too. Easier to save stuff. So now I have it saved onto my computer, and I can go in here and if I start, I'm gonna do a social media. So hang on, let me go back to, okay, this is, thing is covering my, okay, going back to all my designs, you have, here's more. That's what I'm looking for.
Everything's loaded for you guys. There's templates where they have figured out the dimensions for you.
Right. So you can do social media, you can do a regular letter or a flyer. Flyer's about half a sheet, Facebook post. So you can go in there and you can look and see, you know, the different sizes and everything. So that's cool that it's all already put together for you. Most of the time what I use is the social media, or sometimes I'll use the Facebook post. So right now I'm going to go with social media. And you can see right here you have layouts that you can use. These are all, you know, preloaded layouts. And all I have to do is just click on it and it shows up right there. And I can use that, I can edit it, I can change it and do whatever I need to do. I don't want it. Just put it there to show you how easy it was. And so it's just as easy to delete it. Actually, I meant to delete the element. Okay. But then I can go to, so when I want to use what I want, I go to uploads and I can, where's my?
Click on upload again.
Okay.
Then hit upload your images.
I don't know why that wasn't there. Okay. So I can upload my own images. And so like, here's a picture that I saved earlier. And it very quickly loads in to my uploads, and I can change the size of it however I need to. Well, that's still there. What's that? Okay, that was just left over from me putting something else on there. Okay, so you can use this. You can change the size. You can move. I think there's something about me having the screen sharing that it's not letting me.
It's not letting you use it as well.
Yeah, I'm not able to move my image around.
Do you want me to try mine?
Sure.
Okay. I can't even get this to be smaller. Can you stop sharing your screen?
Mm-hmm. I think. Yeah, stop share. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to open up Canva. Bear with us, guys.
Technical difficulties.
We'll see if mine works. We'll see here. Can you see it?
I see it.
Okay. So let me know. We'll see if this works. So we clicked on the social media graphic. Again, these are just preloaded dimensions. You're going to go to your uploads area. You're going to find whatever background it was that you were looking for. I'll just use this. So this was something I found on Pixabay as well, the same site Sarah was talking about. You can just drop your images in. You click on them, it loads it over. You can upload anything you want to over here. As you see and you saw with Sarah's, we have book cover images. We have some of the branding elements that you found that you will find in the branding guide, like the little banner that you see, the little pennant banner. I'm trying to look for it. Here it is. That you can find all those things, the logos. You can load those all into Canva using this upload feature right here. And then you just drag your image that you want to use over here and you size it however you want it. What's that?
I couldn't get mine to move like that. I don't know, but yours is working.
So you can just drop in backgrounds. You can also delete it, like Sarah showed you, and you can click on background and you can pick colors. I've preloaded the UBAM colors, but you can click on their default palette. You click on it, you go up here, you click on it, you can change the colors, okay? Click on this. It's just like anything else that you've probably seen in any sort of design, photo editing software, okay? You also have the option of adding in text. So just like Sarah was showing you before with the sort of preloaded over here, these, where was it? I don't even know where they are when you first come on to Canva, but they were like some preloaded templates, I guess you could say, of backgrounds.
Right. The layouts, I think.
Layouts. We also have that for text. So you just click on it and it pulls it over. You can adjust the size. Sorry, there's two.
You can change the wording, but it keeps
the wording. You double click on it. You change the wording. Can change the color. You double click on it. You find your color, change it. Okay, very simple, very snazzy. It looks very professional. You can also just type your own. So you come up here to this. It gives you some sort of preloaded sizes, which you can change. Just like in Microsoft Word, you can go down here. There's a whole bunch of fonts that are already loaded for you. You also can add in your own if you want to do that, if you want to use the upgraded version. I use the free version. So we can pick this and we can type whatever we want. Change the size up here. Just like you're in Word, guys. It's the same exact thing.
Right.
You can even click on spacing and change how high the different rows are to each other, how wide the letters are. A little advanced, but it's a nice little feature that's there. The other option you have are these elements. So in here, you have all different things that you can add in. Let's click on shapes because that's a common one.
Yes.
You're going to see, guys, we've looked at a bunch of things. You'll see this little free tab. That means these are all free to the free account that we all have. There are some elements, photos, features that are not free, and you'll see a price for those. I've never once purchased anything. You don't need to. Grids. This would be like if you wanted to, if you pick this one, you go over to your uploads, maybe you want to do 4 books and you're going to ask your people in your party which one they like the best. You just drag them over, throw them in here, you double click on them. It lets you change it around a little, move it up and down, get it exactly where you want it, click OK, and you're done. So that's what grids is. So again, we're back at elements. We're under grids. You also have frames. This is, again, you're dropping in photos. I use this a lot when I'm making graphics, recognizing team members. I might pick like a circle, and then I go back over to uploads and I find a picture of a team member. Like here's Amanda on my team. I drag her in here. You know what I mean? I'm just, again, it's dragging a little bit because of the screen share, but I'm just putting it where I want it. Okay.
Right.
So back under elements, we've looked at grids. We looked at frames. Shapes is the common one. Sarah's going to talk about color blocking. You can pick shapes. Maybe you're going to put a big thing of purple at the bottom, or you want a triangle or a circle or this pretty little embellished element. So there's shapes available to you. There's lines, everything you can imagine, okay? There's things that you can just drop in. You don't have to draw any of this stuff. And then back to the layouts, which is what we looked at initially. So those are sort of like the basics of what is available in here. Another fun thing that's here is this little, I hope that you can see it. Right here is this copy button. You can hit copy. If you want to make like 5 versions of this that are all just slightly different, you just hit the copy button and you edit that version, and then you copy it again. And maybe you don't want this here. I feel bad. Poor Amanda. She's been an example of, but you know what I mean? And then you can delete them. You can save out it automatically will save your work in here for you, but if you want to export it out, the terminology in Canva is download. You'll have different file types that you can choose depending on what you're doing. If it's social content, you're going to pick JPEG or PNG file. If you're printing it, it'll be one of these PDFs. If it's many images, it's going to save it out as a zip file that you have to open, but if it's just an individual, it'll save this out for you. Sarah, what was next on the list? Or do you want to take over screen sharing?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take over the screen share. So just stop yours. I'll share mine. Okay. Great. Okay. Okay. So Amanda has talked you through a bunch of the basics. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and show you just how I've created some Easter basket images. And so what I have done, I gotta go back and find my image. Okay, so I took this image. Is it that one? I think it is. Oh, it may not be that one. That's okay, we'll work with it. It's this one. Hang on. This is the one I wanted.
That's pretty. I like that.
It is. I'm like, I know there was a purple flower. Like, anyway, okay. So, so I want to make an Easter basket. So, I like the idea of taking a real picture. So this is real, and then like adding some other elements to it. So what I do, so I need an Easter basket. I'm going to put together some books with an Easter basket. So I'm going to put in Easter basket in the search bar, and it's going to bring me up some stuff. I just want an illustration. So I'm going to pull over this Easter basket right here.
So cute.
Oh, okay. I'm going to make it smaller than that. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this bigger so I can actually see it. I feel like I'm getting old and I can't see stuff on my screen. Okay. Trying to get it to where I could show the whole thing without a lot of white. So now I have a little Easter basket, and I am going to go back to uploads, and I'm going to put some books where I have saved the images. I think Amanda's going to show you a little bit more about how to save those images from a Google Drive file. So I'm going to put that, I mean, we're just playing with it, so we're putting whatever we want. So this is a little phonics book and a little beginner's book. And I'm going to make them just a little bit smaller to make them look like they fit in the basket. But here they are right now. They're just on top of the basket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange them, and we're going to go back. And so now they are in the basket. And then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to choose a font. I actually have our branded fonts loaded in automatically. So this is our clicker script font, and it's kind of small, so we're going to make it, well, that's probably too big. You kind of have to make it big to make it readable because it's, and you got to stretch out the box. We could probably still make it a little bit smaller, but yeah, we're going to have to make it smaller. But it's really easy to change that. So just keep changing it till it fits. That's what I do. If I don't know what size I'm going for immediately, we'll make it even a little bit smaller. Okay, so these are, so this is an Easter basket bundle. And then we wanted people to know how much it's going to be. So I'm going to go back into elements, and go to shapes where Amanda was showing you earlier. I am going to use one of these fancy little pieces.
I love that one. I think it's so it's cute.
It's this one. That's the one I want. Okay. And just, as a matter of design, I'm putting it down here in the corner. I can make this even a little bit bigger. So it's kind of like I just put my elements in there and start playing with them until I get them where I want them. So now we're going to add text. And so let's see, Hyena Ballerina is $7 plus the other book is $5, so it's $12 bundle. So we're putting that $12 in there. And I could even make that a little bit bigger. So another one of the elements that I need to add, which is in my uploads, because I'm using the books, I need to add an Usborne logo to it. I have a lot of stuff uploaded. And that was the other thing, like once you start uploading stuff into your into Canva, it stays there. And I have so much stuff there. I don't know if there's a limit. There is. I haven't found it yet. So I have these graphics. And so if you've created something with the books, you need to put this little independent consultant logo on it. And I like to put it down at the bottom wherever I can. And so as you can see, I now have a nice little graphic to help me sell some Easter basket bundles. And this is one of the reasons why you can do stuff on your own is, the company isn't offering a bundle, but I can. And I can either work from what I have in my inventory or just whatever I'm willing to put together. So it gives me the freedom as an independent consultant to, as long as I'm within home office guidelines, that it gives me that freedom to work with that. So I really, let's see, I was going to talk about color blocking. This is one of the things that you can do sometimes to make your text stand out a little bit more is to use a color block behind it. And so like you just want to use a square and you can change it to whatever shape you want. Grab it just right. Okay. And I can make that, made it go away is what I did. What did I do? Oh, and so I made a mistake. So I just go up here and go undo. It's that easy and it's back. So what I want to do is I want to arrange it back so that I can see Easter basket in front of it. But I'm also going to change this transparency. So I'm going to change it just a little bit. And if I want this font to be a different color, I can change the font color. So just like that, we created a quick little graphic to help share some ideas. You can do Easter basket bundles, or if you wanted to do, like you can do bundles for, really any holiday coming up or whatever. So there's that quick little thing. Another thing I like to do, you are an independent consultant, so you want to share information about you. Amanda talked about that, really just making things your own. So something that's good to do if you have, if you're going to, if you're trying to sell something, I can lead them to my website. Mine is kidsreadforfun.com. And that will actually take you directly to my e-commerce site.
And you guys, not everyone needs a custom domain, and that might not be something you want to be thinking about right now.
Right.
But hopefully you have, or are going to have soon, a VIP group. Mm-hmm. You can use that. You can either use the exact URL. You don't need the HTTPS before it, but just the after Facebook. You can do fb.com/groups and then your group name. Or you can even just have the name of your group. It might just be like Sally's Bookshelf. You know what I mean?
Right. So, and this just gives you another avenue of taking something and making it your own and leading people to you. So if I didn't have anything on there to lead people to me, anybody and everybody can benefit from this. Or they may just be going, oh, I want some Usborne books. And they just go to the basic website and they get some random consultant. So you may want to send somebody directly to you. And I encourage you to do this with, most of your graphics that you create for yourself is to put some type of information that leads them back to you, whether it's your Facebook group, your VIP group, your business page, or your website. And that makes it yours. And then Amanda's not going to want to take my graphic and share it because it's going to lead people to my website for them to buy. And so, anyway, so that's just kind of why I do that. And that, that allows you to see an idea, to make it your own. So you may be inspired by somebody. Amanda talked about this. You may have been inspired by something, but it's going to lead, it has a website on it that's going to lead someone to their website and you want to lead them to yours. So that's what that's about. Okay, I think that is all I really had planned for this. So it was just a quick way to go through some stuff. If there's anything else you want to share, Amanda, I'll let over.
Once you pull off the screen share, then they'll see me and I can pull up my screen too. I think that's it, guys. I think the key here is definitely be aware of this, poke around, set up the account, definitely download that branding guide. You need to familiarize yourself with this. A lot in there is going to feel really dry, but you do need to understand that. And with that, I get this question a lot from my new team members. Should I just go to Google Images and download graphics and Pinterest? And I'm going to say no. You really shouldn't be doing that. There are plenty of graphics available to you from the Success Bound group, your team leader, and home office, okay? And if you're not already a member of the home office branding group on Facebook, please join that as well. We try to do our best to add in new team members there and post the link in the Success Bound group, but please go, you can find that and request to join that as well, or ask your team leader to add you. There's plenty of compliant graphics in there, but trolling Pinterest, while it is super fun, one, it's a time suck, let's be honest, and two, you're going to get a lot of stuff that just you shouldn't be using, and you might not even know why, but it might say Jenny's Book Nook on it, and you're not Jenny's Book Nook, right? Or it might be old and might be like old logos, or might have books that we just don't have in print anymore. And that's something you really have to, it's hard because we have so many books, but try to be aware of that. You'd hate to be advertising something for Easter baskets that has 3 books and 2 of them are out of print.
That's another fun thing you can be aware of when you're making your own. That you know what's available right now and what isn't. So if you're going to advertise something, you can advertise only what you know is currently available. So that's helpful too. So.
Right. So, make yourself familiar with the branding guide and with Canva. Don't be trolling Google Images and Pinterest for your content. Go to your team leader if you don't know. Go to the branding group for content. But at the end of the day, don't get too hung up on a lot of this if you're just within like your first month, maybe even 2 months, because you really need to be focusing on your income producing activities. You're not sure what I'm talking about. We call them IPAs as well. These are things that are directly related to generating income for you, which come from 2 places and only 2 places: selling books and recruiting team members. If what you're doing is not directly related to those 2 things, stop doing it. Okay, you're new. That's all you need to be worried about. If you're not sure if it's an income producing activity, or if you think I'm crazy and I'm not your team leader and you don't want to listen to me, that's fine. Go to your team leader and ask, say, what should I be working on? Designing graphics is fun. And if you want to set aside 5 or 10 minutes each day to play around with this and to make a few things, like do them in groups, that's how we call it batching. Definitely do that. But don't spend 5 hours on this and no time on bookings.
Right. And it's real good too. Like if you are going to create graphics, try to create things that you can change up easily. So
with that copy feature, feature that I showed you works well with Sarah's baskets, because she can just keep copying that first thing, but change out the crocus, change out the books. Or maybe she keeps the crocus, this purple basket, and the Easter basket title and her name, but she changes the price in the books. All she's doing is copying them.
Right. So if you can do something that creates a template, I created some graphics the other day that were just, I'd been using some in a Facebook party that said like chapter books, activity books, and stuff like this. So they were just the graphic that said that. And I was like, what's Christmas like? I need to do something else for spring. And so all I did was change out that graphic to add more of a spring picture. And then I still have the words. So anything that you can do that's, that you can repeat, make a template out of, and not each individual thing every single time. Those are better options for your time. So anyway. So I hope that was helpful. Just a quick little, where to go with Canva, just to give you a little idea how to use it and how to use it for your business. So,
and we'll post in the actual post. We'll include a link to I think will be helpful to the branding group. Right. I'll also include a link to. We have a Google Drive folder that I created with a few other team leaders that has all of the book cover images in there, alphabetized, labeled by book title. Separate training on that if you're not familiar with Google Drive, but we'll put the links to those 2 sources for you.
Right. Okay. I think that's it.
Yeah. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Amanda.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah.